Good afternoon, students. We are studying in these days about the elimination reactions, and in previous classes, we take the very important example, the elimination of alkyl halides and the formation of alkene. In continuation of elimination reactions, today we focusing on acid catalyzed dehydration of alcohols. Heating most of the alcohols with a strong acid causes them to lose a molecule of water to dehydrate and form an alkene. For example, this is the skeleton of monohydric alcohols in the presence of acid and heating. The loss of water molecule, this is again called alpha beta elimination. This carbon considered as alpha, this carbon considered as beta, and the elimination of water and formation of alkene. The reaction is elimination and it is favored at high temperature. The most commonly used acids in the laboratory are Bronson acids. These are the proton donors such as sulfuric acid or phosphoric acid. Also, Lewis acids such as alumina are often used in industrial gas phase dehydration of alcohols. The dehydration reactions of alcohols show several important features like the temperature and the concentration of acid required to dehydrate an alcohol depend on the structure of alcohol substrate. In the case of primary alcohols, these are the most difficult to dehydrate. Dehydration of ethanol, for example, requires concentrated sulfuric acid and a temperature about 180 degrees Celsius. It is the most common example of the formation of alkene. You are also studied in class 11th in hydrocarbon chapter. See here, it is a primary alcohol. Concentrated acid is required as well as temperature is very high, nearly 180 degrees Celsius. Dehydration takes place and the formation of ethene. In place of primary alcohol, if we are using the secondary alcohols, these are usually dehydrated under the milder conditions like cyclohexanol. For example, dehydration occur in 85% phosphoric acid at a temperature nearly 165 to 170 degrees Celsius. This is the example. This is cyclohexanol. In the presence of 85% phosphoric acid, the elimination takes place. Here OH, here H, and the formation of cyclohexene takes place. If we are using the tertiary alcohols, these are usually so easily dehydrated that extremely milder conditions can be used. For example, tertiary butyl alcohol dehydrate in 20% aqueous sulfuric acid at a temperature of nearly 85 degrees Celsius. It is an example of tertiary butyl alcohol. 20% for sulfuric acid in the presence of 85 degrees Celsius. Dehydration takes place. This is the alpha carbon. This is beta, beta, and beta. Any one of the hydrogen eliminated with OH and the formation of 2-methylpropene takes place. Thus, the overall relative ease with which alcohols undergo dehydration is in the following order. So you can easily see that tertiary alcohol undergo easily dehydration while 2-degree alcohol require some milder conditions while 1-degree alcohols are difficult to dehydrate. If you look this reactivity order, this behavior is generally related to the relative stability of carbocations, and it is an important clue for explaining the mechanism of dehydration of 2-degree and 3-degree alcohols, which we are discussed in the next slides. The second important feature of the elimination in alcohols or dehydration of alcohols is the some primary and secondary alcohols also undergo rearrangements of their carbon skeletons during dehydration. Such a rearrangement occurs in the dehydration of like 3,3-dimethyl-2-butanol. See here, this is the 3,3-dimethyl-2-butanol in the presence of 85% phosphoric acid. See here, in general, this is the alpha carbon while this is the beta. Double bond should be occur in this site, but this product is not obtained. In place of this product, two other products are formed. These are 2,3-dimethyl-2-butene and 2,3-dimethyl-1-butene. This is only can be explained on the basis of rearrangement in carbon skeleton. See here, if OHN removed at that site, 2-degree carbocation is formed. Here it is an example of 2-degree carbocation. Now this is the carbon skeleton. If this carbon shifted towards this carbon, like here, this carbon shifted towards that side, then the positive charge shifted towards that side and it is converted into 3-degree carbocation. Now this 3-degree carbocation undergo elimination on that side and on that side. This side product is that, this side product is that. So these two products are formed. Loss of OH gives 2-degree carbocation. This one, after rearrangement, it is converted into 3-degree carbocation. On the basis of these all aspects, this is a suggested mechanism for the dehydration of secondary and tertiary alcohols, which is also called E1 reaction, unimolecular elimination reaction. In your previous classes, you also study about the SN1, SN2, why it is called 1, why it is called 2. Similarly here, it is called E1, means it follows the elimination unimolecular. Means in rate determining step, only one substrate molecule can taking part in the reaction. See how. Step 1. This is the alcohol, either 2-degree or 3-degree alcohol. It is undergo the protonation. This is the strong acid. So the lone pair of oxygen shifted towards this proton and they converted into protonated alcohol. It is the first step, which is generally acid-base reaction. It is very fast step. Step number 2, which is generally considered as the rate determining step. Here, this H2O is loses due to withdrawing of this electron cloud toward the oxygen and the formation of carbocation takes place. The protonated alcohol, this is the protonated alcohol, loses a molecule of water. This is the loss of molecule of water to become a carbocation. This is carbocation. This step is slow and rate determining step. You see here in rate determining step, only one substrate molecule can take part in the reaction. So it is considered as E1 elimination. E stands for elimination and 1 stands for unimolecular, because in rate determining step only one substrate molecule can take part in the reaction and this substrate molecule is protonated alcohol. And finally, in step number 3, in this carbocation, loss of proton at the adjacent carbon takes place. This loss of proton under the influence of the base, or this is also considered as a base, and the formation of alkenes takes place. The carbocation loses a proton here to base. In this step, the base may be another molecule of alcohol, water, or the conjugate base of acid. The proton transfer results in the formation of alkene. Note that the overall role of acid is catalytic, because here acid is consumed in the first step, while here acid is also formed because it is used in the reaction as well as regeneration.